Karen, I shared with you our testimony about giving, but we went to church one week, and we were in our early 20s. Julie was a little big baby. Julie's 44, and she was a little big baby. And we went to church one Sunday, and I grew up poor. I never even thought about giving any money away. I never gave any money away because I just thought, if you give money away, you're crazy or you're rich. And I'm neither. I may be crazy, I'm not rich. But we went to church one Sunday, and it's the first time we visited the church, and the preacher got up and started preaching on giving money to the church. Well, I just had an out-of-body experience. I was miserable. I hated it. I just thought, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. And we left that church. I was disgusted. I was angry. And I thought, buddy, I feel a lot sorrier for me than I do this church. This church has got money and we're broke. I made $600 a month. We lived in government housing. We were broke. So we got home, and I was just so put off with that. And Karen walked into the living room. I was sitting in the living room, and she walked in and said, hey, I really like that pastor's message today. I said, Karen, really? She said, I would like to give $40 to that church. We had no money. The only way we made it financially was float. You know how you write checks and they don't get there for several days? We never had money. We never had money. We were broke. We always lived broke. And I mean, honestly, I was sick. It made me sick at my stomach. I was terrified, disgusted all at once. And I said, Karen, we don't have money to give. And she said, I'd like to give $40 to the church. And she gave it. Honestly, I felt like if I say no, God strikes me dead. If I say yes, we go broke. So let's go broke. I'm a reasonable person. And we gave. She gave. Now, we didn't get any money in the mail. None of that stuff happened. The only thing that happened was the next time we got paid, we had money in the bank. Now, that had never happened. Okay. And so then she came back the next time we got paid and said, I'd like to give another $40. I said, Karen, we survived your first little stunt. I did. That's what. We survived the first one. Don't press your luck. Well, because I have a sweet, godly wife, I woke up one day and God was blessing us. Not because of me. It was in spite of me. I could not deny. We were tithing and had extra money. When we started, I made $7,000 a year, and we were broke. As we began to give, something dramatically changed. But it wasn't just giving, it was living for something other than myself. And it just changed our lives. Then we started giving to the building fund at the church. The reason we started giving to the building fund of the church is I was the preacher, and I was telling everybody to give to the building fund. So I had to kind of talk myself. I preached so good, I gave. We gave every year to the building fund, and we'd always pray, about what we were going to give. And about 17 years ago, we were taking a big building fund offering. And I'm not telling you this to manipulate you. I'm just telling you this because this is our testimony. I was praying one morning, and I said, Lord, what do you want us to give? And the Lord said, give everything. And Karen came in later, and she said, have you prayed about what we're going to give this weekend? I said, yeah. I said, did you pray? She said, yeah. I said, what did the Lord say to you? Because you're the big giver. She said, what did the Lord say to you? I said, the Lord said, give everything. She said, that's what he said to me. Now, we didn't sell our house or our cars. We took all of our cash in our checking account, all of our savings, and we had some stocks. And we came down the aisle that weekend at the church, and our dream was a house. We wanted to build a house. And we took all the money that we had, and we came down, and we gave that Sunday, right before Thanksgiving, we put a check in the offering, and we gave everything we had, except our houses and cars. It was scary and unbelievably phenomenal at the same time. So you say, well, what happened? I'll just give you the bottom line. 2 years later, we were living in our dream house debt-free with 4 times more money in the bank than we gave. If you build God's house, He will build your house. If you take responsibility for God's family, He will take responsibility for your family.